Happy New Year. Welcome to the Not Your Asian Women podcast. I'm Christine Chang.
I'm Shining.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I have not seen you since I still actually don't even know what day it is. Day of the week.
Yeah.
It's a holiday.
Every day is Friday to me.
It's a holiday weekend. We didn't even know. I guess unless you work an office job or have kids who are in school, you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
So it's a holiday weekend. And I feel like the new year actually doesn't start mentally for a lot of people on January 1st. Like, who hits the ground running January 1st?
I don't know. Crazies.
I feel like if you're tapped into the natural rhythm of the seasons, winter in general, if you look at everything else in nature, animals, plants, it's a time to kind of reflect and go inward. And so I kind of think about that, where it doesn't feel natural for my nervous system to be like, zing, let's go. I got all these goals.
True. I feel like New Year should start in spring, like March or April, you know?
Technically. Well, they said if there was 13 months, have you heard this? If there's 13 months, every month would have 28 days. Doesn't it make more sense?
It does. It does for women. That's our cycle.
Full moon. Mine's with the full moon.
Oh, dang.
That's when it was.
Your period's very on time?
Yes.
All the time? Yeah,
Full
same,
moon.
same.
That's when the crazies come out.
That makes sense. Because I read some comments about this video of how moon affects the earth and then the current and everything, and then women on the comments below were saying, yeah, that's why, like, you know, we feel certain emotions and this and that. And then you see men and women just argue over, okay, Sarah, moon affects your bitchiness, all right. But then someone's commented, it makes some sense that like our body make up a lot of
70% water, or I don't know what the figure is.
Yeah, if fucking ocean gets affected by the moon, we sure too.
Of course. I draw the line, though, at not taking responsibility. When someone is... I believe that there are patterns. I believe in nature and science, moon cycles, all that. But if you use that as an excuse to not take responsibility for how you're acting, like Mercury in retrograde, that's a newer thing, too. No one was talking about this 10 years ago. Well, maybe a small percentage of people, but now it's like, oh, of course, because Mercury's in retrograde. Wouldn't you think in a span of 1 year, things are going to happen that are not what you want, and sometimes it lines up with Mercury in retrograde and sometimes it doesn't, when people straight up go to like, oh, Mercury's in retrograde.
Not gonna lie, I blame Mercury. Mercury's a bitch. I went through like this really dark, just, I don't know, my husband, he just sits there, and then I get so pissed off at him for nothing. And I blame it on Mercury. I told him, don't talk to me. I feel like manic. And then he was like, all right, which planet pulled a Yui again this time?
I don't know. I get moody too. And maybe there's like a lot of different factors. But the most important thing is I try to be emotionally regulated and fair. I don't want to push my shit onto other people. I think that takes awareness and, healing, personal growth. And not to say I'm perfect, because I do lash out, and the person who probably sees it and feels it the most is Pete. But I really, really try, because I just don't think it just doesn't feel good. I've been on the receiving end of that. No one's like, oh yeah, I love that. I love when she does that.
I love to be a punching bag.
Yeah, right. Well, maybe a fetish. Some guys do have. Yeah.
Okay.
Where they want to be kind of bullied and laughed at. Have you heard of that?
Oh yeah,
they get turned kink. On. Yeah, they get
talking
turned
down or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The opposite is worship kink. Like praise kink.
Ugh. That's so I don't know, the disgust in my body. I'm just like, you're just insecure then.
Yeah, this guy on TikTok, he was pretty big, but then his whole account got banned. But it was just so funny. His whole account is about praise kink. He's always had a camera angle down on his crotch, and then he's like, "Yeah, are you a good girl?"
Oh God.
And I thought that was the funniest thing.
I cannot. I guess there's something for everyone if he finds women to.
Yeah, I'm
want
sure.
to do that.
Yeah, if you think of some, there is some existing already.
That's true. Okay, so in December, the holidays, how was your Christmas? I know your mother-in-law stayed with you for most of the month of December.
It was a lot better than I thought it would be. not, not I'm just joking. She's really like an angel. I see like a part of me in her because she's a people pleaser. I don't want to get into too much family details, but I catch her do this thing, and then I said to her, it's time to live for yourself. And I don't know how to like say this without getting into details. Anyways, so like I see her, and then I keep remind myself that don't ever live for other people, and voice your issues with them. And if they don't take it well, then they don't love you. And she's not, clearly she's not a bitch. She's not gonna just pointing fingers like, why would you do this and this and that, and just if she doesn't even feel like she could say that without maybe come off as offensive. I don't know, maybe I'm interpreting it too much, at least to me. Maybe I'm like reflecting my perceptions too. But yeah, and then I think to myself, oh, I don't want to ever like live like that again, because I used to be like that. Anyways, that got low. Weird. But we had a great time.
When you're younger, I used to want to please too. But I guess your mother-in-law is older, but she still has the pleasing.
Yeah.
Maybe I think that generation, more traditional, maybe.
Yeah.
And we're used to, doing like therapy, personal growth, and having conversations.
Yeah.
But I don't think they talked about that kind of stuff. Right? It wasn't just like, hey, what's going on? What are your childhood traumas? And
yeah, that's true. That's true. And that generation, like your women were raised to please the parents, and then husbands, and then kids, and all that. You don't like some women lived their whole life, didn't know who they really were.
Yes.
And didn't know what they wanted to do.
That bothers me a lot.
I know.
I think some people, if you naturally have it in you that it lights you up to do that, I think that's wonderful and beautiful. But if that's not truly who you are, that makes me so sad.
I know.
It makes me want like the opposite, like pushback.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Like, what am I here for? To please you? And some men, they think that they want women to be pleasing, and that they say that's why we go for younger females, is because they tend to be more pleasing. Younger females, they're not even really clear on who they are yet. And so I will admit they might be easier and come off maybe like less jaded, or, because they have less life experience. Right? But I'm like, we're not here to please you. Even the littlest thing where they expect you to smile, like, smile. What? Then be funny. Make me laugh then. Like, what am I here for?
No, they don't want you to make them laugh. They want you to laugh at them. Their jokes.
That's what I meant. Then be funny, and then I'll laugh. But they mean it in a good way. It's usually an older man, like you can smile, because they like when women, it makes them feel good. What am I here for? Like a little ornament? Smile to make you feel better about yourself?
Yo, if somebody pays me $5,000 to smile all day, I would do it. I would do it.
Strong coffee company. What do you think?
This is perfect for lazy bitches like me. You can just pour the powders in and put hot water. You wouldn't believe it. My eyes was smaller than this. But after that, I'm awake.
Use code.
Oh, yeah.
What's our code? Not your Asian women at checkout for a nice little discount.
Enjoy your new crack. Peace.
So I'm a comedian, and I've never invited my close family and friends to see my show because I'm nice like that.
Shining's humor, if you don't know, can be very cutting, very offensive, very politically incorrect.
And I know my in-laws, they're just Christian race. They're, really nice people. And then she find out that I'm doing this thing, and then she really wants to see my show. And then I was like, I don't know about that. For the longest time, I didn't tell them my social media, anything like that. And then one day I found out my mother-in-law follows me.
So she's seen everything.
Yeah, and so I told her, and I said, just girl, I'm going to talk shit about you, huh? Are you going to be okay with that?
That's amazing.
And then she said, yeah, of course, we love the way you are. I almost like sobbed in the middle of a restaurant.
That's what everyone wants, I think, is to be
Yeah.
just accepted and loved for who you are.
Yeah. And I was like just crying my eyeballs out. Damn. That's the reason I married a white person.
No
Because
Asian
they're
parents.
mothers. All right? They're mothers.
No Asian parents are gonna be so loving and accept you like their own kid. You're always the outsider.
Yeah, forget it. And if you want to talk shit, no way.
Have your parents heard your jokes and been to a show?
No, they don't. Yeah, thank God. They don't speak a lick of English. My whole bit is dedicated to just talk shit about them.
Have you ever done stand-up in Chinese?
Not yet, but I'm going to China for Chinese New Year, so I might see how it is over there. The thing is, I haven't checked. I haven't lived there for a long time. You really need to live in the local life and speak their language and interacting with people, have real life experience to be funny. So the humor is slightly different. For example, sarcasm, it can go over a lot of people's head in China. They don't. I'm just generalizing. Okay, calm your titties down. I see a lot of comments like, "Oh, I'm not like that. I understand. Good for you."
We do. Actually, we posted a clip recently. I feel like some people can't take a joke, but maybe it's cultural. I don't know what country they're from, but clearly they speak English because they're commenting and I understand it. But they said, we made a joke about white people they love hiking. And there's some comments saying, I'm not white and I love hiking. You must not have a high IQ. It's a joke. Okay. We're laughing in the clip.
Projecting much, huh? You might have low IQ.
Well, they say people who have a sense of humor tend to have higher IQs.
Yeah.
That's true. I hope it's true.
I think I'm just slow.
I'm sorry. So I cut you off. So your mother-in-law went to your show, your battle.
Oh yeah, the roast battle. Oh my God, that was the best show I did. And I wanted to end it there. And I haven't done ending shows since. I just wanted to sit on it and just feel proud of myself.
Because you won.
Yeah. All the girls that battled that night all won. It was really great night. And Yeah, my opponent, shout out to Dakota. He's my good friend. He's a fat Jew. That roast battle went real racist real quick. Since we're close friends, we know each other well. The closer you are, the better the battle. Because the personal jabs. It was really fun. Oh Lord.
What are some of the offensive jokes?
Yeah,
I mean,
can
between
share.
a Jewish and a Chinese person, I can only imagine.
I have some. I have a bit about that personal bit, but I didn't say that on the stage. But it goes like, Chinese people love money so much, we worship the Jews. So Dakota's dog died recently. It was in a hospital in Gaza.
That's that must be so little.
Shout out to Kurt. Kurt is my friend. He helped me wrote that joke. I'm not gonna take credit.
I mean, it must be liberating to be able to talk like that, because if you go outside of a comedy club, any little joke you make about, because it's a sensitive time, but even outside of that, any little things like, you're anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
I'll ask a question because I want to learn more about, and like, you're questioning me, he's like, anti-Semitic. I'm like, this is not productive. I feel everyone's very armed.
I
Like,
know, it's
okay.
crazy.
It's
And
very
then
hard for me in the real world to talk about.
I feel like, I don't know. Most people don't give a shit, to be honest. We have our own life. Our own struggles. And
Yeah.
like, I get my give a shit meter is really low when my finances are not as good as I want it to be. It's hard for me to care about some people in the Middle East, just to be real. It's like, I feel bad, but what the fuck do you want me to do?
Well, actually, you know what? I agree with that. Well, the thing is, different people care about different things, and you can't expect every person to be as passionate as you about what you care about.
Yeah.
It's like if I throw back in your face, well, what about Asian hate? And then why aren't you tweeting about that? I don't have that expectation from you. I can share what's important to me, but I'm not going to expect you to act the way that I do and feel the way I do about it. So I think that is unfair. And normally, you're right, most people are reasonable and, they don't give a shit. But I think the ones that you hear most from, if you're on social media, are the loud ones who do have strong opinions and problems with a lot of things.
God, pick a hobby, do some shit. God damn. Go, I don't know, do charity, volunteer work.
That's what I think is more effective. The ones that are yelling, I just think if you actually want to be effective, you can start volunteering or maybe talk to political leaders. Why are you going after Taylor Swift and celebrities influencers that sell, instant coffee? Why do they need to talk about this political situation?
Yeah, I think that's, to be honest, very retarded. I don't know if it's like a Western thing. I feel like, to be honest, yeah, in China, you can't really protest. So that's that. It's not in our genetics.
People help in different ways. Yeah. When I see the protests, it's so not me to be holding up a sign. I help in different ways. I'll donate money. I'll have conversations with people to learn more. Money. I think it's mostly financial. Because money helps a lot. So I'll help by buying your product, supporting you in that way.
Hell no, I ain't donating shit. I don't trust institutions, organizations. I feel like they use that money to buy mansion, buy their own shit, and like money laundry with politicians.
No, it's true. Unless you are on the ground working with those people, you really don't know where that money's going. And the times I have volunteered, remember the Syrian refugee crisis? And a lot of them were going to Greece, like in boats, and they were drowning. It was a lot. So I went over there because there were the camps, the immigrant camps, and what you see on the ground is different from what you see on the news, completely. And so I always question, unless I'm over there or I know someone on the ground, even what the news is showing is not necessarily accurate. I will question, like, is that it's actually what's happening, or is just one snippet? And when I was volunteering, there was also other organizations, very popular ones that I know people donate to, and even the people the group that I was with, they're like, if you saw how they were spending the money, you would never donate to them again. And they've seen over the course of months like what these people are doing. So yeah, unless I'll donate if I know the person on the ground and I trust them, or I'm there myself. Or for example, if I want to support like small businesses, people of color, small businesses, I will totally buy your product, because that, to me, I know as a entrepreneur how much that means to people. Like, so those are examples of ways that I help. I'm not on a megaphone, typically.
Virtual signaling. I'm the fucking worst. The way I help is just live my best life. All right. The way I help is just shut my mouth and stop telling people what to do with their lives, and live the best I can, be the best I can. That's the only thing I can do. There may be a handful of people I give a shit about. Everybody else, I just straight talk. I don't care.
I mean, let's be real. Back in the day, you didn't know what was going on across the globe. The news travels so fast now, and I think that's why their nervous system, I'm like, we're not meant to get all this information so fast. Is it sad and unfortunate that it's happening? Yes. But I think back in the day, you cared more about your community and what your reality and what's like in front of you, right? And when you're on your deathbed, yeah, I think about the people I would think about on my deathbed. It is a handful of people that I can count on one hand. Do I wish well for other people? I always want people, I hope everyone has peace and freedom and feels happy.
And guess what? That's never gonna.
but at the same, yeah, there's only so much I can do. And I lost my train of thought. But what you said about being the best person you can be, that is actually one of the most effective things you can do. Be healed, happy when you show up, how you impact people, being a light in this world. How do you impact someone when you go into a coffee shop? Are you just like dead, thanks for the coffee? Or can you actually make someone's day by smiling at them? Just being kind. Like those little things I think make a really big impact. Having a healthy relationship. I think a lot of people, the ones that are acting unhinged now, like the robberies and all the things, I think it starts with family and having a community. If you have a healthy community, a lot of those things wouldn't happen. So working on ourselves instead of pointing fingers, I agree 100%.
Yeah. And actually what you said, start with your, local community. You don't gotta be like worried about people in Gaza or something. Like that's out of our control.
Yeah, unless you have family over there or something, I get, like a Thai, I get it. Of course, naturally you're gonna care more,
and use that. And like for I'm talking about like people virtual signaling and all that. Just start with your local community, and maybe there are elders that need help, or volunteer. I don't know, animal shelter if you hate people like I do. There's a lot of actions you can do and contribute, instead of, I don't know, tweeting some bullshit.
That's the thing. But then I've come to accept not everyone, well, you need to have awareness too, but not everyone is effective. I think both of us, more logic. What is the result that you want? And your actions should match that to get to you the result. These people, they want a certain result, but I almost feel like they're spinning their wheels. What are you doing if this is the result you want? That's the thing, is a lot of people want change. Very few people know how to lead and lead well. And that is a certain skill set you either learn or you're born with. But what I see is a lot of people do not have good leadership skills. I'm not saying I have great leadership skills, but I'm like, if you want to be the person on the megaphone, if you want to convince people to change their mind, there is a certain way to talk so that you can get people on board. Yelling at them and shaming them and virtue signaling is not the way to do it.
No. None of the world leader is setting a good example. None. Yeah.
I'm so kind of tuned out from all of that because it's like a joke to me.
Oh, yeah.
Like it looks like a show
Oh, yeah.
because it kind of is a show.
It's great for comedy. You know how like Trump saved so many comedians' career? Low key, he's funny. He's my favorite comedian. Low key, I want him back.
Oh my God.
He's so funny. Dude, I follow him on Instagram. Like every post he does, I'm like, wow.
Oh, he's on Instagram?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I know he was
so funny.
He's blocked from the Twitter, right?
Yeah, I think he came back or something. He has his own Truth Social. Okay. I don't even know who are on it.
He has a following though.
Yeah, for sure.
You're not on it. I know you would be on it.
I'm not that invested, but he is funny. His debate with Hillary Clinton back in 2016, that was classic stand-up comedy. Classic. Just the way, like, oh my Lord. So fun. Did you know people in China, a lot of Chinese people in China love Trump?
Asians, not all Asians, but a good chunk of Asians. I think because they're more practical and business people too.
Yeah.
Right? And he speaks in a way where they can understand.
I think that's what his charm was. And also
to
with
the point.
Yeah, to the point. And also with Dave Chappelle did an SNL monologue, said it perfectly too. He's like he's the I don't know, I'm fucking up his bit. And the whole point is like he's not the establishment, and that was people he represents a thing that people regular people want, like tired of the fucking lies, the career politicians.
And he knows that.
And it's not him per se, because he's obviously not a great leader. But I think people liked him because what he represented, and people don't want the opposite. But I mean, life is a joke. Everything is a joke. So might as well just pick a clown. We're going downhill anyways.
I'm actually a little worried for this year. I think things have to get a little shaky before they get better.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I do have hope. I feel like we're, as society, like humanity, we're going through like this like weird time.
Things currently, I feel, are not
but
great.
It's gonna be better
eventually.
for sure.
I just hope it doesn't get so bad that like a World War III, like that. I don't want people to get harmed.
Some comedian and I were talking. To be honest, maybe there's like already 8th World War. They're not telling us about it. We're thinking, they're already like happening so many times.
Well, I guess what constitutes it being a world war is, I actually don't know. Is there a certain amount of countries that have to be fighting at once?
I don't really know. It was like when World War One happened, they didn't know they were in the First World War. They just thought they were all like fighting.
Right. Because there's wars happening all over the world all the time.
The time.
Is it when the Western ones are fighting that it actually matters?
Anyways, how was your? I was like, digress.
Holidays were
holidays.
good. We were traveling for quite a bit. I was gone for over 2 weeks. I went to the Bay Area to see my family, hopped straight over to New Jersey for my in-laws. And then P and I went to Portugal for the new year, which was amazing. It was just him and I traveling for us. the last, I think, 5 years, every time we took a trip, it was either for someone with family or friends. I was like, when's the last time we traveled just for us? And so I convinced him to stop working and let's go to Portugal, because we were already on the East Coast. So it's a 6-hour flight over to Lisbon. It was amazing. Have you been over there?
No, yeah.
It's good. I mean, everything in Europe, like the food's better. They're not pumping as many, chemicals into you could taste it. Food was so good. It's cheaper, and I think most places are cheaper than California now. And I see why a good handful of people are moving over there. Have you heard that people
Retired there?
are moving? No, like even our age. It's an easy transition because it's very similar, I would say, climate-wise to California. It's both on the West Coast and climate-wise, and a lot of people speak English there. It's developed. It's cheaper. And so if you don't have to be in the States for work, I'm like, why wouldn't you be over there? So we stayed with a friend who was over there. He's an internet marketer, so he could work from anywhere.
Nice.
They just had a baby. I'm like, this is such pleasant living.
Yeah, like digital nomad were
Yes.
the trend? Yeah.
Yeah. And so many are moving over there. I think someone told me they're starting to hate people from California.
Yeah. Everybody hates people from California.
We are there's certain aspects of California that can be really annoying. I totally see that. LA, there's certain, do you notice it? Like the cafes, that like bohemian aesthetic?
Yeah.
That it's so predictable.
Yeah. The thing is, like, I always come visit, so it's nice.
Because it's different.
Yeah, it's a different. So I look at it from outside view. I just see, oh shit, like people here are really beautiful.
They put more effort, I think, into physical appearance, which I think overall it's nice if you care about your health and you try, is really nice. But you can go too far with it too. You see people around here maybe too many procedures, or if it stems from insecurity.
They always do, yeah. But yeah, it's pleasing to look at.
It is. It's eye candy,
Yeah.
and I always appreciate when someone looks really put together and nicely dressed. I'm like, oh, that's nice, versus just being a slob and not caring at all.
Yeah, I'm used to that in the Bay Area. You can never tell if this person is a homeless or a venture capitalist.
Well, the guy, like, they don't shower, right? Some of the guys, like, their hygiene isn't great.
Oh, Burning Man CEOs.
Yes. Why do we have that in LA too? Very scruffy, and it can look a little disheveled. I'm not into that look personally.
No.
You can have a beard and stuff, but just look a little like kept and put together. Not like you just rolled out of bed. And some people, they do that. They don't shower. Sleep has a smell. Do you think that? Or do you smell it? Some people have no idea what I'm talking about, and other people completely
the sweat.
know.
Yeah.
Because sometimes if you get warm, whatever, it has a smell. It smells musty. So I always shower in the morning because I'm very sensitive to smell. You know that. And they'll just go on the airplane and sweats or whatever. And honestly, wear whatever you want. Wear what makes you happy. But part of me is like, can you make like a little bit of effort?
I view personal hygiene is a bare minimum.
Yes, hygiene. It's self-love. I view it as self-love and self-respect, that you try just a little bit to have good health, and it's respectful for people around you. No one wants to be smelling your must.
Yeah, in the Bay Area, it's either that or the puffer jacket, North Face.
No, my sister lives in
khaki.
Bay Area. She hates that because her aesthetic's more LA. She's like, it's so fucking ugly. The Patagonia puffies, the tech vest. But I get it. I feel the same way. I do think those things are ugly. However, if you put one on, they are so practical and so warm.
Yeah. I get it. It's like the Mark Zuckerberg type of people.
Practical and
And
easy.
they have the same outfit every day, so they don't have to think twice about it. In terms of just appearance, it's so much easier to be a man.
Totally. Last month we went to the Unforgettable Gala. Shining didn't go this time, but you know that gala. It's black tie. And I'm texting with my girlfriends the week leading up, and the amount of shit that we do to get ready to look nice, I think men, you wash your face, you put on your tux, and they're ready to go. That's literally to like 10 minutes and they can go. We were getting, like, I went to the Korean spa to get a scrub
Oh,
down.
it starts from a month ago.
Yeah, you start drinking more water. I don't, can you tell that my face looks a little more refreshed or it looks the same? It's very subtle.
Yesterday was
More.
Yeah, more.
It depends on how bloated I am. But I got it's Tri-Lift. So it's like a micro needling thing. And it actually, as time goes on, it looks better and better because it sends the microneedling, it sends what hyaluronic acid, and so your skin like heals itself. But I really liked it because it was subtle, and the doctor's taste is subtle too. I'm not looking to look done. That's not my aesthetic. And I told her I don't really like Botox and stuff. So it's the micro needling needles, but there's RF, radio frequency. So it kind of like has a shocking feel every time she does it. And it wasn't too beat up. It was very red, but then your skin kind of heals itself. And then my goal is just to look a little refreshed and awake. I'm 41, so it's really starting. So I got that at the end of the year. Yeah, and what else did I do? Just the makeup, the nails, all the things. It takes so much time and money, and it's fun for us. We're texting each other, so it's fun. I draw the line at when it starts. If you're stressing yourself out over like, oh shit, and it comes from more like I'm not good enough versus like I like to look pretty and I want to look my best. So I try to be aware of that. Like, where is this coming from? My desire to paint my nails and things. Usually I feel like if I want to look a little more put together, having painted nails or the press-on nails are great. Glamnetic. Have you tried those?
No.
They're amazing. And yeah, you just like stick them on, put earrings on, put some lipstick on, and it'll look a little more put together.
Yeah, I stopped doing my nails because they break easy.
It takes, unless I have
It hurts like a motherfucker.
That shit is not good for you. Unless I have an event, like an important event or something like that, I won't do my nails either. Like the chemicals. That's why I liked the press-on nails, the Glamnetic. It's just glue or like a sticker, and you can just pop them off. They look great. They photograph great. But yeah, it's amazing how much time.
Yeah, you gotta scrub, exfoliate in your hair, makeup, shave, and you need to like prep, eat healthy so you don't feel bloated.
Yes, the bloating.
And not wedding, the gown shopping and all that. It's a whole thing.
But it makes it, to me, it's fun. I love looking at gowns. I'm like, I don't know. That's my friends always make fun of me. Like, you really love galas and going to gowns. I don't know. I think it's this little girl in me who likes like the princess, the romance of it. And for me, it's 0 to 100. I'm either casual or I'm really dressed up. There's not much in between for me.
For me, it's more about getting a good photo.
Let's be honest.
There's nothing more in the world I like than looking at myself.
Let's be honest. If you're going to put in all that effort to look and feel great, you want a great photo, at least one, to capture the memory of that night.
Yeah. And the party, since I'm very like introverted, my social meter fills up really quick. And if it's just too many chatters, unless I'm with somebody I really know, and then I'm like clinging to
that's what you said
you all night, then I'd be okay. But with more than 5 people, I get exhausted. Too much energy exchange. I feel like it's and then I'm gonna have to remove myself and do a breather and then like prep and then go back to the party. That's the part I do like dressing up, looking pretty, taking good photos.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
That's why I always go with girlfriends. I'm like, Pete, do you want to come? He's like, if you want me to come. I'm like, no, I'm going to go with my girlfriend because he doesn't get excited the way we get excited about it. It's so much fun. And that's funny that because I'm introverted too. If I'm in the room though, I can turn on and do the networking thing. But after, leave me alone. for a while because introverts need to recharge. Do you have any extroverted friends?
Not anymore.
I know. You know what? They're very exhausting for an introvert, right?
Yeah. I think everybody is a little bit of both. And you can still hang out, even for introverted people, they can still hang out with their close circle and they can talk and have a great time for hours. But it has to be someone we trust, or there's no like, there's not one person trying to compete with other people's story. Like everybody is just equal and having a great time and all want to enjoy themselves. That I like. But if I feel, if I sense, oh, there's some like different intentions in the room, I get weirded out about it.
That me too. I think that's why we click and that we can read that. I don't like that either. I think everyone's opportunistic. Of course, right? They are. But it's how you do it. You can do it in a way that's genuine, but when it comes off disingenuine, it's like, okay, I know what you actually want. At least do better at hiding it.
Yeah. And then the two, yeah, exactly.
Right? Make it a little more natural. I would be more open to working together. But if you come in, it's fake. I'm like, that automatically makes me not trust you. Just be clear on what you want and do it in an authentic way.
Yeah. People can smell it. I think that's what I guess, people talk shit about Hollywood.
Yes.
It's the
bullshit.
Phony, the fake, and the transactional and, surface level.
I can't stand that. I think maybe it's partially cultural. Do you notice like American, I use the like avatar of like the suburban neighbor. Hi, how are you? The tone that they use, I say, can you just talk normally? You could be friendly and be like, hey, how are you? It's this phony tone. It's such bullshit to me. And I think they think that when you talk very direct and not enthusiastic, it comes off cold or rude. But to me, the way they talk sounds so fake to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I fucking hate that. And it's the same. Like, people don't talk enough about quote unquote liberal. They can be very racist, but they hide it with their niceness, hide it with their exclusive. What's the fucking
inclusive?
Word?
They say they want
yeah.
to be inclusive, but they want to be inclusive to who they choose that they want to be inclusive.
Yeah.
If you think differently from them, they don't want to include you.
Yeah. Yeah. And then they, yeah, for me as an immigrant, I'm more okay with people just straight up say, we don't like Chinese people. We don't like y'all. Then people will come up to me, say, I'm so glad you're here. I'm so happy. I'm like, bitch, what the fuck?
I experienced a lot of that growing up. My mom did. I would overhear as a kid because we grew up in like a white suburbia, and I don't think that people, I don't think necessarily their intentions are bad, but you could just feel it. You could just feel it, whether it's ignorance or that there's a little prejudice or contempt in their voice with the way that they talked to my mom.
Yeah, I hate that a lot more than that party saying, Republicans are racist. I'm like, you are just as bad, and you don't even know it. That unaware that I feel better than y'all people. That I don't like that at all.
Yeah, I mean, if you hate someone or another party so much, there's something in you that's doing something similar. So again, Shining and I are big on self-awareness. So it's just calling out like us too. I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I have blind spots, and I do appreciate, and sometimes I might push back in the moment when one of my friends calls me out on something, if it's something I don't want to face in the moment. But I do want to take personal responsibility and see clearly what like what I'm doing. I don't want to be delusional. I really try not to be.
Exactly.
Delulu.
Yeah, it's a new word. Yeah, we everybody is a little bit racist. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is a little hypocrite, and we have our blind spot. You know, we laugh at things that we shouldn't. So that's being real. And then if somebody, I don't trust anyone who acts all right, says the right thing all the time, and
Not human. It
too
feels
nice.
not human.
Not human
Not
at all.
relatable.
No, yeah, because we all have dark side. Some shit will come up, and then or you know, like a jealousy, insecurity, all things. We all feel like that, and you know, with like a breakup we were talking about before, like when you break up with your ex, and then you know you're gonna go through a period where you wish him well if he ended well, but you don't want him to be better than you. Then I'm gonna feel some type of way about it. That's just being real. I want you to be, you know, to be good, but don't be better than my life. Don't be happier than me. Shit.
Oh, I'm sorry. Dustin, are we okay on time? Yeah. It's okay. Oh, 1 hour. Okay.
We want to
I
wrap
got you.
up a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. We should talk about. Do you have any goals for this year? And do you have a word? Do you pick a word, a theme for each year?
Damn, you're a professional.
Mine is expansion. So I'm going to go towards things that make me feel expanded. So it's kind of a guiding, you know, like a guiding light for me.
Nice. Yeah. I don't operate life with goals.
Wait, hold on. Your hair on, I don't know if you want to check it. There's a thing that it's going like out on one side. Are you okay with it?
Right here? This one?
Yeah. There we
Okay.
go. There we go.
Yeah. Thank you. Gotta look cute. Yo, between cute and funny, I choose cute all the time. I don't want no personality. I just
Really?
want to stand there and be pretty.
Really?
If I look,
Honestly?
if I look like Gigi Hadid or like
You'd rather
Kendall
be
Jenner,
that and boring
I'd rather look like that
and be boring.
and just exist with no effort. How comfortable life would that be?
Pretty people do. There's a bias. They get treated better in general.
They do. I'm sure they have, like, I mean, in reality that they have struggles and all
Problems,
that.
yeah.
Problems, of course, but I'd rather have their problems. Anyway, what was my word?
your goal.
My word is, I don't know.
I sit on it and think about it.
Yeah, but to be honest, I'm kind of like a floater of life. I've never really planned things. I kind of just, if I feel like, oh, this is something I currently like, I would go after it. I would try it. And then my problem is consistency.
So far, you've been very consistent with comedy and this podcast.
Yeah. It's, so far, because I like attention.
It works. That's a perfect fit for you.
So yeah, this year, I like to write more and perform more, and I feel like it does take a lot of me, because anxiety, it's like a battle. I can't be like maybe I haven't done enough. Maybe the more I do it, the less I feel anxious about. It takes a lot for me to go out and then socialize and get on stage, and it depletes me after. It doesn't matter good or bad. It just drains me a little bit. Maybe I need to shift gear or attitude about like it's not about me. It's about the audience having a great time and laugh. So maybe that I need to learn. So maybe hopefully like this year I can get into a good mindset of what it is like to be what a great comedian should work like. And not like, oh, just me trying, oh, I wrote this awesome joke, let's see if it works. Maybe the attitude, I need to change that. Yeah, so yeah.
More mindset.
More
that's
more
more-
like a mindset.
That's what I'm hearing.
Because I think in any field, it's better to work on yourself harder than you do with your work. Because then you can.
I mean,
be more
that's most of it. Most people's roadblocks, it's the
themselves.
mental.
Yeah. Dang, I sound intelligent as fuck just right there.
Do you have what's your dream gig to get? Perform at like Madison Square Garden or what's
You know, I don't operate like that. I don't set goal like, oh, in 2 years I'm gonna do this club, that theater, that venue. For me, it's more of I want to get big enough, powerful enough. I can work with people I love and get them paid.
Get them paid.
Get them paid, and I can just have friends, awesome friends, and then what they're great at, and then maximize everybody I love, their strength, and I can assemble a team and we can all have a great time. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be podcast, could be a short film, could be a song, could be a comedy sketch. It's not about certain work. It's about how can I get to that point where I like all the people I love, and I see their potential, their abilities, if because we all need a little bit of luck. I don't really believe in working hard. I mean, you do need to work hard, but a lot of people work hard. A lot of people have talent, especially in my industry. A lot of people, you don't even know they exist because they're not on social media. And comedy pays dog shit. God damn them writers. We need to protest.
Well,
There's no money in comedy.
Well, they had the writers' strike. Aren't there
It's
comedy writers? Oh, it's
nah,
different?
it's different. Nah. A lot of writers are comedians too, but they have to do some other gig to fund comedy passion. Comedy itself pays dog shit. I see a lot of great people that are so funny and then just kind people overall, but don't have like it's just
It's
some,
like,
yeah, it's
well,
it's
like
a
a
luck.
business side of it.
Business side of it too.
I feel like the moves, if you're smart with the moves, you increase your luck or you increase your chances.
That's true. Like even with great filming, editing, and then posting clips, there's a thing about algorithm or general masses, what catches their eye. And sometimes a great joke might not work, but this imperfect character, tripping on their line or something, suddenly gets blow up on social media. It's a lot has to do with luck. You can have every right thing, you execute all the right steps, still not have made it and struggle. So anyways, going back to that, so I hope, because I've been pretty lucky. So my goal, overall dream, if I get lucky enough, then I can share that with people I love, and I can name few people that I care so deeply about. They just need an opportunity. They're so funny. So if I could work with people like that, and then they can be my ghostwriter, Just kidding.
That's a really good goal. That's a very thoughtful and fulfilling goal, because a lot of people who do make the goals of, I want, like a checklist, I want to perform here and do this. After you do the thing, it makes you an accomplished person. But a lot of them, if you're not aware, you'll still feel empty after it's done.
Yeah.
Like, now what? Okay, I did it. I still feel the same. It's the meaning isn't really there.
Because I love a great time with friends, hanging out with people I love. That's the best thing in the fucking world. If that can make money, I could die. I could die happy just with people you love and then having a great time and working and making money. Lord, I'm going to pray manifestation, whatever it is.
I'm just going to go as far as my word is expansion. So all the things that I want to do is going to, travel is a big part of that. I feel very, I'm like happiest, I think, and inspired when I travel. So you and I need to plan a trip for this year. Maybe we'll go to Korea and get some things done. And also yoga teacher training is actually something I want to do. Not necessarily to teach. I actually think I would be a very good yoga teacher, and maybe for my own practice. I just want to deepen my own practice because it makes me connected, my mind and body, and I think health starts there. I haven't been the most consistent with my exercise and stuff, so I think that will help me have more of a structure with that. So those are a couple examples of things that came to mind, but I'm not going to share every little thing. I do have some checklisty stuff because the way I was raised, I do value accomplishment, and I'm proud of myself. I'm a generator if you're into human design, so I like generating things. So I'll share more about those maybe in future episodes.
Yo, we can talk about human design. I recently fell into a black hole with that.
Okay, we'll save it for a future episode.
Yeah.
Gotta go.